when they are consuming your minds and your thoughts and your dreams, from the angels to the demons and to the mysteries unseen, there is no need to worry. There is no need for dread. It's just time to discuss the thing at the foot of the bed.
Good evening, and if you're just tuning in live, you are watching or listening to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network on 105.3 FM out of Mississippi and 107.7 FM out of the beautiful city of New Orleans to Louisiana to the thing at the foot of the bed. I'm one of your co-hosts this evening. My name's Lorilei Potvin, and my amazing co-host next to me takes over. I take most of the housekeeping. He gets the rest of it. So we see you all filing in here. So thank you for joining us. My name is Lorilei Potvin. I am a Canadian psychic medium, crystal Reiki energy healer, Akashic Records practitioner, spiritual teacher and mentor, registered nurse. I am also I'm still going to say animal communicator. I'll explain that later. I'm also well-versed in near-death experiences, having studied them professionally and personally for over 40 years and had one as a toddler. Also extremely well-versed in the paranormal, the extreme paranormal, actually. Always say in our house, we didn't go looking for the paranormal, it found us, but we've shared our story on the Travel Channel's Paranormal Survival Season 4, Episode 9, called Demonic Hauntings. I didn't name it, but that's what it's called. So I am also the host of my own show here on UPRN on Monday nights called The Angel Rock from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, this Monday I have a returning guest, Jess Curzon. I haven't talked to her yet, but I believe we'll be pre-recording it. It'll be a brand new show. We'll just do it earlier in the day because she's over in the UK. She's been on before, written an incredible story about a 6-year-old nonverbal child with autism who headhunted her when she was a special needs teacher, and she is now he's now, I should say, an adult, and their story is fascinating. This guy can remote view, see the future, do all kinds of things. So we're going to continue our discussion, and I can't wait. Don't forget to stay tuned for the second night of the Outer Realm coming up next after our show in 2 hours with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. And I just found out I'm going to be joining Michelle October 23rd on her show at 9 p.m. And we're hoping, no pressure. I'm going to shout her out though. Carrie Lynn's supposed to be joining us if she can. It's a busy time of year, right? So hopefully she can join us, but it's going to be lots of fun. So you guys be prepared for that. It's going to, like I say, tune into that. We're going to have kind of a repeat like we did on Spirit Switchboard, which is Carrie Lynn's show, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on UPRN, when Michelle joined myself and Carrie Lynn a couple weeks ago. Also, if you guys like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends and family. There really is something for everybody here on this network. We've been around for 25 plus years, and this network does broadcast to every country in the world. And we stream multiple shows daily, 7 days a week. And when we're not streaming live, the archive server dips into the last 25 plus years and pulls shows out randomly to show. So it's not all just UFO and paranormal on the network. We really do have something for everybody here. And we're always adding new hosts and new shows. So yeah, make sure to share it with all your friends and family. Also, if you want to watch us on TV, you can. The network has its own TV channel. It is called I should say it's on Roku. How you find it is you go to the channel store and you're going to type in UFO space P as in paranormal. There's a drop down list for about the third or fourth one down, and you're looking for UFO space paranormal and United Public Radio, and that's how you can watch us. Now we're going to say hi to everybody as soon as we get the housekeeping out of the way. We always do. If you've been to this show or the Angel Rock, you know both those shows are very audience participative. But if you're listening, because 80% of our global audience is audio audio only, you can't join the conversation, and we'd love for you to join us. So how you can do that, you can head over to my co-host David's YouTube channel, which is The Spirit Experience. He's got his Facebook profile. I am streaming on my Facebook profile, which is Lorilei Potvin. We're streaming to Canada's Most Haunted. You can find it also on my YouTube channel, which is The Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin, and the network YouTube channel, again, UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio, either on Facebook or YouTube. We are streaming to Instagram on the Angel Rock. So if you see that we're not integrating your comments, if you're commenting over there, we apologize. I don't put all the comments in with the rest over here, but I will try and pop back and forth to say hello to you. But easiest way is to head over to, like I said, YouTube. That way you can't go wrong, and you'll be able to join the conversation, and we would love that for you. Lastly, I want to give a huge shout out to Lucky Paranormal from Thunder Bay, here where I am in Canada, in Ontario. They put on a huge paranormal conference it was last weekend already. I got to finally meet Carrie Lynn Shellhorn in person, and it was a great time. I ended up being the only person from Thunder Bay speaking there. We had all kinds of people from the paranormal world, TV. It was a great time had by all. So I want to thank them definitely. I think that's everything. Dave, go ahead. Tried to go as quick as you could.
That's okay. It's okay. Hey, everybody, I want to start out by saying happy 10/10. 10/10 is actually another portal day. So for those of you on the big manifesting journey, it's a good night. It's a good night for you. So my name is David Hanzel. I am a spiritual medium and a channel. I am also an animal communicator. And I guess I hate using the word coach, but yeah, I guess I teach. Also, if you are watching us and if you're listening to us and you hear us, we're playing videos and stuff, know that you can join our Facebook group, and it is called The Thing at the Foot of the Bed with Lorilei Potvin and David Hanzel. There you can see any of the videos that we show during our podcast. Also, you can leave any pictures, any evidence you have, anything you want to talk about that's paranormal, spiritual, or metaphysical. And it is a private group. So everybody in there is very like-minded, just like you. So once we also get up to 200, when we start getting about 200, Lorilei and I are going to be going live in that group to do some psychic readings for you guys and such, and just talk about other things that, maybe we missed talking about on the air. So make sure you join us over there.
And we're getting close. We're getting close.
Yeah, we are getting close. And I just wanted to say real quick, I know we're going to say hi to everybody, but Howie, thank you so much for posting that.
Well, let's read it when we get down there, Dave, or you want me to read it?
No, go ahead. We'll go down there. I just want to tell you, thank you for posting it while you're here, because I forgot all about it, and I wanted to look and see that tonight.
Okay, well, we'll go through and say hi. So Leslie 1266 says hello. Michelle Wilfong says hi. Hang on, I'm heading through here. Connie Martin says hello, Lorilei and David. Now let's get to Howie's. So just a quick shout out to Howie, or Ed Odell on Facebook. He has the Rip Nation Network. He is a huge supporter of UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network here. He owns it, and he also has some incredible programming and shows over there. He has his own show, which he co-hosts with the amazing, I just love her, Rhonda Harris. And Dave and I have been on it. It's with the Orion Effect twice already.
We have fun. We go down all kinds of rabbit holes on his show.
You want to read Howie's comment then, Dave?
Yeah, Howie had said, good evening, Tip Top Happen. Thank you for bowing. Some of us should be able to see the aurora tonight as far as the Carolinas, where I am. Look forward to that. Me too. I remember that. You said it's between 10 and 2. I believe you and I are on the same.
The best time to look for people, that would be Eastern.
Yeah, so that would be, that's Eastern time. That's right. You're Eastern as well, because I believe you're in Virginia. But so thank you for reminding me. I'm going to try to go do that tonight. Since the storm took down most of my trees, I can see in my backyard up now. So I'm thinking I'm going to just take advantage of that.
Speaking of storms, we do send out all our love and prayers to those, especially in Florida, as well as in the Carolinas and Tennessee, who are going through the horrific storms, hurricanes, tornadoes. And I believe when I looked last, it was over 3 million people in Florida right now without power. So we send out our love and prayers to you. And if anybody listening has some reputable links that you can share that will actually get the money to the people that need it, please feel free to either share it to Dave or I, or you can share it in the group if you like, or tag us if you have them, that you know that it's going to go directly to the people, because we like to support people that are going through that. David was just in the last hurricane, being in the Carolinas.
And I was not in that super, I got lucky. I was lucky.
So,
yeah.
Your yard got it pretty bad. So Kasoon, you're up super early. He's over in Sri Lanka. He says, Kasoon Lee says, hello, guys. And Connie Martin says, yay, that will be a good show. That's Michelle's and Amelia Pisano's show, The Outer Realm, on the 23rd of October. Diane Brighton says, hi, everyone. Nicole Thomas Ryan, hi. Shelley Noyes Anderson, greetings from Maine. Kathy Hanley Little, hi, Lorilei and David. Kathy, are you okay? Because I believe you are in Florida. I hope you're doing okay.
She just said at the bottom that she's going to hang out for a bit, but they don't have power. So listen, remember, Kathy Hanley. Remember, Kathy, you can just watch the show on repeat too. So don't use all your battery power.
Anywhere where podcasts and talk radio is carried, our network is carried on there, as well as if you see us on video, you can always rewatch it. So Facebook or YouTube. Jackie Lane says, thanks, Howie. Hi, everyone. And let's see. Oh, Leslie said, thank you, David, for letting us know, because I forgot too that 1010 is significant. I never counted on this. Last Friday when the conference started, I woke up sick and I thought I kicked it in the butt by Saturday morning, and it decided to rear its ugly head tonight. So we're giving it a second kick in the butt. So if I'm a little kind of spacey.
If you guys, if Lorilei passes out or gets possessed or something like that, it's only because she's got a cold.
No, I'm not gonna pass out. So like,
if something goes bad, just blame it on a possession or something.
Yes, my phone is possessed already, so why not? So like Kathy Hanley said, I will hang out for a little while. No power, need to conserve battery. Absolutely so. And she said it was very scary. Howie also said, may I always, Howie, or anybody else. He says, prayers to those in Asheville, North Carolina, fighting for their land. Absolutely. Okay. And everybody's just saying hi to everybody. So Dave and I were on the same wavelength, and David picked out some videos. I have a ton that are spooky tonight. So unless anybody's got something else you guys want to talk about, we aim to please here. So
if to talk about ghosts, because we are in spooky season.
Well, let's just act. We're going to stick to spooky stuff because we're in spooky.
We're gonna try to stick to spooky stuff. Not that not spooky doesn't have to be horrific, but we're talking about the unseen that most people
less
are a little
spiritual,
less spiritual. But so to talk about ghosts, I mean, I have a lot of people ask me if our ghosts are real, and from my point of view, yeah, absolutely, ghosts are real. I believe wholeheartedly ghosts are real. Although I had heard other people put theories out there, and I have a belief that like ghosts, for the most part, nobody's stuck, but we do get confused. And there are people most of the ghosts, interesting enough that I came across or that I would talk to sometimes, they're not wanting to go all the way yet because they have all this stuff on Earth that they're trying to see if it plays out.
Some people don't know, Dave, if they pass away quickly and tragically. Some people I've run into.
No, they don't, because it's such a flawless transition. It's almost as if like you're in the same world, and it takes them forever to go, why aren't people talking to me? Why can't I get stuff taken care of?
So ghosts are or earthbound spirits, definitely real. But I want to bring this up. Howie says, hey, spooky sex. And he says, LOL, having sexual contact with a specter, it's a real thing. Yes, it's called spectrophilia. And believe it or not, when Seraphine, my previous co-host, and I were on here, we did a show on that. And we also did at least one show on our previous network we were on. So yes, if you guys don't believe me, look up the girl that believes she married the 300-year-old ghost of Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, the real ghost. And then apparently she went through and had a divorce, and it's the whole thing. Now, again, that's kind of ridiculous, but in her mind, it's real. She's over in Ireland, but yes, it is a real thing. It definitely is. I have run into people.
There are people that do. I'm not gonna sit here and give them an evaluation because that's not my business. But I understand what you mean on that one.
No, I have run into people who believe it is their, say they've been married for 50 or 60 years, and mainly women, and their spouse, their husband passes away, and they swear they're maintaining relations. They don't have Alzheimer's or dementia, or I've run into
people. You want to hear something? I had a client, this is years ago, and this isn't a spiritual thing. This is about ghosting things, but she came to me for a reading, and the person she was wanting to, contact did come through, validated themselves and everything. And she asked me, and it hit off guard. She said, ask them how our wedding was. And I went back to the ghost and I said, how was the wedding? I'm like, how was the wedding? And he shows me all this stuff. And I said, it was good. You had it on the beach. And I'm thinking, the guy's dead. How did she have a wedding? She literally had a ghost wedding on the beach with this gentleman I was talking to. And I have to tell you, whether it's real or not, I swear to gosh, I looked straight to that spirit and I said, is this okay? And he said, it's what she needs. And I said, fair enough. I let it go. That's what we did. And so I don't know how real or what that is or anything about it, but like Lorilei,
I think it's real.
I can't sit here and judge. I mean, there are some people, like you said, a little crazy to get divorced and stuff, but as far as that, hey, who can judge? I can't judge on that one.
I think it is real. I run into people. I know somebody that I know to be a very sound mind. And I could actually almost see the person the way they were describing it, not the act itself, but who it was. So it is, I guess you got to make up your own mind, but I think it is a real thing. I don't think it happens to everybody, but it can, I think.
I guess, you can't, I can't say anything about it because I talk to invisible people all the time. So I can't say that somebody else isn't marrying one of them.
Now, whether you believe in whatever you want to call it too, you can look up incubus or incubi, succubi, succubus. I remember there used to be a TV series out and it was all about the Fae. I believe it was shot in Canada, but I think it was called Lost Girl. And she was a human being, but part of Fae lineage in the story. And she was what was classified as a succubus. She would actually collect the energy in the act of being with a second person in a sexual nature. Now, I'm not saying it's real, but we have energy vampires. There may be people that collect energy on this planet that way too, right?
You never know. You just never know. We can't, I don't know of it, but I can't say that just because I don't know of it doesn't mean that somebody can't show it to me. And I go, oh, look at that. I was wrong.
There's lots of things I haven't seen. And again, we have to take everything. I think we have to look at it with a healthy dose of skepticism. But when Howie's saying, yep, that is where they got the idea of species actually. Really? I think he's about his previous comment about angels. That's a fun rabbit hole. We'll have to go down on your show one time because it's a really fun rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. So like I say, I guess you got to make up your own mind. But again, you can look up the names I gave you and go from there and see what resonates and what doesn't, right? Yeah. So Howie goes, oh my, yes, let's do it. I love doing that show on spectrophilia with Seraphine. And Seraphine always, she's still around. It just we don't have our show. I think it was called Infinite Inquisition, if I'm not mistaken. She had 2 shows, and I always used to I have a feeling that was the name of her show. I always forget the name of her old show. It was quite a few years ago, but she always came more from a darker kind of perspective, whereas I would come from the light, and we just worked really beautifully together. Now, she identified with the vampire culture, not the sparkly kind from but she didn't say
True Blood or whatever. What is that called?
What's that?
True Blood, was that the name of the show?
No, I never watched it, but like she really was part of the vampire. There's an interview. I think I've talked about it on here, the Angel Rock, before. Back on our old network, we had the Spookathon. It was 84 hours straight of paranormal radio. And we all had 3-hour blocks. It's actually how I met my friend Lorraine Fenton. She used to syndicate her show to our network, and she found out about it at the last minute. So she joined us, Seraphine and I brought my partner Dell on my old network. We had a heck of a good time. We were having so much fun. She just messaged me a couple nights ago. Anyways, that's how I met her. But when Seraphine went to have her show, she goes, darn, my guest canceled. What am I going to do? I said, hello, you have a built-in guest. So we put on this crappy makeup and dressed up at the last minute. And I said, what do you want to talk about? And she said, nobody's ever asked me about the vampire stuff. I said, you want me to ask? I'll ask, because I don't ask people. I never ever asked her the questions that I ended up in the interview. It's on YouTube. Do you remember that, Howie? I think no, it wasn't on Blog Talk. It wasn't on Blog Talk. It was on it was a network out of Washington, D.C. I used to do the Angel Rock Monday through Friday. Don't ask me how, but I didn't know what I was doing. Like literally heard spirit say yes. So I did. They didn't tell me.
I'm going to excuse myself for 2 seconds because I realized I didn't plug in my computer and it's about to go off.
Oh no, go grab your. No, it was on. It was a previous network that we were on, and excuse me, Seraphine was on this network for a little while at the beginning when I first. So it would have been about 5 years ago, but yeah, it was an interesting perspective, right? And all we do is put out the information, like we tell people, same as I must have said this 100 times last weekend too. I don't know everything. I just give either, and so does Dave, what we know from our experiences and what we believe we receive from spirit and the research that we've done and stuff. And you guys get to make up your own minds, right?
Mm-hmm. There we go. I just looked down and I looked down and it had red. It went to red. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta find that cord. I'm looking for it.
You like my little cuppy cup here? It's not gonna take the light off, but let's see if you can see it.
It's like a C3PO cup.
I made these. Carrie Lynn has a matching one.
It's a skeleton. It's a skeleton.
Okay, they say UPRN on the back or up here, and the names of our shows and the time. So hi, Mish, over in the future. Friday morning over there in Australia. No, I made her and I matching cups for the conference. So we each had these cups while we were wandering around, their names and then the names of our shows on them.
Well, that's cool. Very cool.
So I thought,
well, you guys, we're going to do some scary videos for you tonight.
Okay, so you want me to play some of the ones you sent me, or
whichever one you want to try, you guys. Well, I sent you.
You don't usually pick them, so let's let you pick. Let's play yours.
The one. It should
the
say
only thing I don't like about you. Yes, they have these darn. I'm trying to mute it. Okay, all right. I think it's starting. Okay, give me a second.
One. Yeah, 10 most compelling pieces of evidence.
Hi, Kelly. She says, "Oh no, I missed the 10-10 significance. I'll have to rewatch." It's a. You want to tell them what
I call it. If you missed the last portal, here's another one. If that'll help you out, it's pretty much. There's more to it, but that'll work.
Yeah, it's like the Lionsgate. I forgot all about it actually till you said it, Dave. And it's the 10-10. Well, you can look it up. So you didn't miss anything really, Kelly. Dave just mentioned it at the beginning, which I appreciate, and I know everybody else did. Hi, Julie Jean Bassett. She says, hi, Lorilei, David, and everyone. And I always give I always give her a shout out, Julie Jean Bassett. Please check her out at juliejeanbassett.com. Incredible animal communicator. And I was talking about you last week, and definitely at that paranormal conference to a ton of people, Julie. And she's also a shamanic practitioner too. And I've been a client for both, and believe me, it's been life-changing. So you need healing, inner healing, definitely check her out. And animal communication, she's amazing. That's why I said I'm still saying budding animal communicator. I'm still building up my confidence with it, but I took Julie's animal communication course. So you guys check her out. She's awesome.
Well, real quickly before you play that, right before you hit that. So 1010 is the mystical portal. It's for powerful cosmic energies. It's kind of like Lionsgate in a way. It is for amplifying intentions and stuff. Although, might I throw in, it's a good night to look to the sky. 1010 is also a good time to kind of put it out there that you're open for anything that wants to visit our planet, or however you want to put it to yourself. The 1010 is kind of going to intensify those energies to get what you want and what you need. Mm-hmm. So that's it in a nutshell.
Oh, the other thing I'm going to mention, thank you, Julie. She says you're not budding, because that's how I said I was still going to. The thing is, I probably could, but I've never tried it yet, is to try and look for a lost pet or something. I know I can communicate with them, but what they had there, you guys, which was so cool, I'd never seen before last weekend, and I took a video of it and a picture. They had this owl, great horned owl named Coco, and she is the ambassador for the wildlife rescue place here. I didn't even know we had one in our city. Last week, it made me realize how little I actually get out. It did. But this animal, this bird was so beautiful. And to see, because, even for Harry Potter, to get the owls that they did, they said it was extremely difficult, because most owls, they said, aren't really predictably tame. They're very intelligent. Mm-hmm. This little girl was so tame and beautiful. I shouldn't say little. She was about yay big, but absolutely gorgeous. Oh, Julie said, I had to postpone my last animal communication workshop as I was without power and internet. It is being rescheduled to November. So you know what? You guys, check out Julie's page, because I don't know if you still have room for anybody or not, Julie, but I'm telling you, it was an incredible class I took. It was a one-day class, and there's a practice group for it. I met some great people, so check it out. Yeah, I think you said, was it Monday night? You said you just got your power back when you popped in, so thank God you have it back. Oh, and then I have to add this. David, you know all about this. Julie said you had a great connection with the bear cub. My son messaged me. He lives on the south side of the city. He goes, Mom, there's a freaking bear across the street. And it was actually a bear cub. I was telling you, Dave, all about it. And I was talking to Julie. Okay, you guys. So Julie says there's room for more. So if you guys want to learn how to communicate with animals, I believe all human beings have the ability to tap into it. And David is an incredible animal communicator. I know he's communicated with Emmy long before we started our show, my dog Emmy. So check out Julie's course. Oh,
yeah, like Julie, I have to say, Julie, I heard good things about your course. So that's the one thing that I wish mine came to me somehow. I don't know what that means. I even said to myself one day, should I take a course just to see if I'm doing the right, but I don't know if it would work for me or not. But that's a wonderful thing to teach a course like that, because as Lorilei says, people have the ability, and the more you can use that ability, even if it's not going to be professional, it's going to come in handy in your life. Mm-hmm. And it's going to probably make you a lot more empathetic towards things, mm-hmm. And it's probably lead you someplace else too.
And the thing is, what I realize with all the courses I've taken, don't get me wrong, I've taken a lot of courses with a lot of different people, and I still continue to. Mm-hmm. But in the beginning, when I was trying to remember what I've been doing my whole life, that's exactly what I realized in the courses. Oh my gosh, I've been doing this my whole life. I just didn't know what it was.
You didn't know it. Yeah, is that funny? I know it is funny, and it's good to take. We're not saying I'm spiritual, but you guys, if you know what, if you were ever interested, when you watch our show and we talk about ghosts and talk about anything, if you have an interest in any of that, go take a course someplace, even if it's a short little course, a cheap little course, or just a master class or something, just to learn and see how you
There's
feel
so
about
much free stuff out there.
it. Yeah.
I am committed to my course now because I told so many people last weekend. So in the new year, sometime in the beginning, I don't know if it's going to be February or when I get all of that together. Okay. I am doing a beginner spirituality course. I finally decided I'm doing beginner, intermediate, and then advanced. I was going to try and do it all at once, and it's too much. It's not going to be a one-day course. It's going to be 1 day a week. If you can't make it, that's okay. It'll be, I'm going to make it lifetime access if you decide to enroll. And then I'm looking for a space to house it all in one place, including something that will allow you guys to be able to make payments in increments, because I know when I took my courses, especially with the Canadian to American dollar. So those are the things I'm looking at right now, how to house it. And then I want you guys to have a group too, where you can practice and talk and, ask questions and stuff. So that's where we're at. The course is all set to go. It's just a matter of finding all those little bits and pieces. So, and Kelly said, David connected with my past puppies. And then Nicole, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I had to remember. I had to remember for a minute. Because you know what happens? I'll just be doing regular mediumship readings, and just because I have a connection to animals and I love animals, if there's an animal involved in them, they usually pop in. They just, at least sometimes it's just like a cameo. I mean, literally, it's like, gray and white fluffy cat had a bell on it, got hit by a car. You know that cat? Yes, I do. It's cat says hi. It's like, you're good. I mean, some are really quick.
Well, Cindy Simpson said, yes, we all need that course with animal communication. And then Nicole added, and then we'll play David's videos. I'm so glad he picked those up, because I got Bizarre Bub's latest one, and I found some scary TikToks that I hadn't seen. Nicole said the Aurora is already showing up in North Carolina. And then Kelly said, yes, I wasn't expecting them to come by, LOL. But they did, see?
But they do, yeah.
Okay, let's play this. Let's hope YouTube isn't bad and decides to play a bunch of ads. But okay, so Dave, where is this from? It says top 10 actually scary moments from paranormal investigation shows.
Oh, no, not that one. Is that the one you pulled up? Well, that one you could. That one's got stuff
I
from
thought
all over
that's the one you sent me. Is there another one? Hang on, I'll pull it up. Is there
right
one
above it? Right above it. It says 10 most compelling pieces of evidence.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that one then. Give me a sec.
Well, either one, but yeah, that's just absolutely.
No, it'll take me 2 seconds here. Okay, get bigger. There we go.
Oh, look at that. You're right. It was 2 seconds.
What's that? No, I tried to make it bigger, and it won't let me go back and forth between screens. The last one did, but this one won't. Okay, share. Okay, hang on. StreamYard. We're going to add it to the stage because it's got a stupid, I hate when this happens, these stupid commercials. Are you giving me okay, wait. Okay, I'll start playing.
Ghosts are real. Don't argue it. Don't dispute it. Don't roll your eyes. Just accept that's the case and get out there and start looking for a friendly one. Like Casper. Obviously, no one actually knows whether ghosts exist or not. They may do, but at the same time, that may also be utter nonsense. But that's not to say there isn't evidence that may start to turn even the most
video?
Of non-believers.
Is this the video, Dave?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's gonna start now. Yeah, it's good.
Weird apparitions are concerned, there's every chance that maybe, just maybe, there's something to all this. I'm Simon from What Culture, and this is the 10 most compelling pieces of evidence that prove ghosts are real. Number 10, scientists can't make up their mind. Do you know what a scientist's job is? They use their big brains and resources to test things out and then decide whether something is possible.
Hold on a minute before you go on.
Many scientists are convinced that ghosts aren't real, but none of them can agree on why so many people...
What, Dave?
It does take a long time to start getting to the actual pictures of it, so I thought, you know what, maybe this one won't be good to play here.
Okay, so tell me when to stop.
It should...
About here?
Yeah, they're they're sprinkled in. I haven't watched this since last year. I remembered it from last year, and I thought,
hunting to see what's real.
Yeah, because this is just Hang on, we'll
Yeah,
try.
the other one is probably the creepy photos. Oh, there we go.
Is that what you want? Okay.
They might,
hang-
yeah, they might
Those
show them
creepy
on here.
photos. Let's not pretend there aren't a bunch of photos pertaining to ghosts that aren't, well, lies. Photoshop has made that even worse than ever, to the point even kids can do it if they want. So that's a problem.
I think this
However,
is more an
when we move into certain
one.
eras where a lot of creepy photos do exist, that situation changes. There simply wasn't the tools to muck
This
around
is-
with the
I'm-
picture.
I
A lot of these
apologize.
from back
This
in the
is
day
not the
seem to
video
show
that shows
ghoulish.
all the pictures.
Not the one? Okay.
No,
Um,
I
you
set
want
the
me to
wrong
show-
one.
Do you want me to share that one, or you want me to share a TikTok, or what?
Whichever
Michelle-
one you want to go to, even if it's spooky.
Okay, well, this one that I sent was kind of scary. I know I marked it, so hang on.
Well, we can watch some scary.
See if I said if you can find the one that you had that was scary. Okay, scary. This one's a TikTok one because it was too long. As I'm saying, I don't like to do YouTube. TikTok, I had to do. I don't. Hopefully, it'll show it. What do we got showing up here? I don't want that. Give me 1 sec, guys, and I'll see if it'll upload. I would prefer it's pretty small. It's pretty small, so let me see if I can make it bigger. Oh, I can. Okay, I can make it bigger. No, stop. Okay, good. We can make this one bigger. Now this, I don't know, something like this must have happened to me either in a previous life or when I was a little kid, because I was always terrified of something like this. You guys tell me, this has happened to more than one kid, this thing. This is scary as far as I'm concerned. You guys tell me what you think. And I thought, good Lord, Mother, get in there. Wait till you see this. I'll make it bigger as I start playing.
Be asleep. Despite being past her bedtime, this doesn't stop her from playing with her toys. Throughout the night, she remains awake while keeping herself engaged in imaginary play. But little does she know, something unexpected would interrupt playtime. According to the child's mother, the family has been on edge ever since watching the footage recorded on their daughter's security camera. It's around 11 at night when this is captured.
You'll be able to see it, even though it's black and white. Ooh, gives me the creeps. Let me see if I
Jeez,
can
that
make it
part
bigger.
scared me.
What, the noise?
Yeah.
Just wait. This creeped me out. Oh, I got goosebumps even just watching it again. It's about a 5.5 minute video, but you're going to see.
Sure, I'll play with you. Why don't you play? Yeah. Bling, bling, bling. Bling, bling, bling.
Is anybody watching? Remember, if you join our group, you'll be able to see this video there.
Yeah. Okay, watch the arrow. There's lights under the bed. This is not the first kid I've seen this happen to before either, and I don't think this is fake. Ugh, I got goosebumps. Yeah, Michelle, it says, I'll play with you, but watch. Oh, I got goosebumps already. Oh, God. Oh, I'm covered in goosebumps. I would have been in my kid's room in a second hearing this scream like that.
Yeah.
I know, Leslie.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's what I was thinking, Howie, when you said it too. That scream like that.
That's what I thought. I go, Mom, where are you? Oh.
Your son's on. Hey, Logan.
Oh, hi, Logan. Hi, Sam. That's my son, everybody.
It's no wonder that the mother has kept her daughter away from this room. From a toy lighting up on its own and strangely playing the same song the child hums, to seeing her getting dragged under the bed in a seamless motion, the family is extremely concerned for the safety of their children. They believe that something had lured her using a toy. Although it isn't certain if the mother had asked what her daughter had seen, she's made sure to lock the room after seeing this. But only a few days later, she does this.
I didn't even see the second part. I just downloaded the
So I've been
part.
getting a lot of questions. People have been asking me, have you been in the room? Have you guys looked under the bed? No, we haven't.
No, Logan's not here. Logan, you're
I
Emmy.
haven't been in the room in the last 2 days. We've been a little scared.
I didn't even see this part because I got a first part freaking out.
They're saying that they haven't been in the room since or something?
Yeah.
Should not be this scared right now.
I wouldn't look, honey. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look.
Look and get dragged under the bed.
No. Who's going to save her? Oh, Christ. Please don't see something. Please, please, please. No, no, no.
You guys now know who not to take to a scary movie. Us.
Never.
Going, don't look under the bed. I'm like, look under it.
My hair is standing on end right now. Where's your flashlight? Please don't jump out. I hate jump scares. Please don't jump out. Not gonna look like this. What is
Nothing.
As if checking under the bed wasn't already scary enough, she captures this, a creepy-looking doll hidden below the mattress. She continues to record when suddenly the doll begins to move. Now, it's a bit hard to see at first, but after looking again, its head can be seen shifting ever so slightly. It's as if it knows it's being seen.
Oh, dear.
Immensely terrified, the mother bolts out of the room in a panic frenzy. Naturally, she's kept the room locked ever since then. While it isn't known if anything else had occurred outside of the room, the mother continues to post updates, giving her thoughts on the whole situation. But currently, the question on the parents' mind remains unanswered. Just what exactly had dragged their child under the bed?
You guys didn't find that creepy? I don't know what is, but oh, man.
It's creepy, but I always got those same questions. What parent, after watching that, would not call the police and have it investigated and have the house just, do you know what I mean? Whether they believed in ghosts or not.
Yeah, but David, I had an aunt of mine ask me when that thing came from I call it a curio cabinet, my old house, when it came flying off the house, off the wall, what flew 4 feet to the left and ended up in the living room. So it flew about 18 feet.
No, I mean,
Well,
I know. No,
my aunt said the same thing. What, did you call the police? And I said, no.
Well, no, they won't do nothing. But if you have actual video of something pulling your child under the bed, and if that was my child, whether I was a medium or not, and I seen it being pulled under the bed, the first thing I'm doing is going to call the police first, make sure I'm not crazy, and have them look at that. And then if they can't find anything, then I call people like you and my other friends up, and I'm going, let's get this thing out of my house.
Yes, water out of our.
The first thing I would do is, Diane, maybe they have a police and exorcist combo you can buy now.
Howie says, who are you going to call? Him.
Me,
so you guys, I got to let Logan know. He goes, hey, Ma. So that's my son. Thank you for watching. Hi, Sam. That's his fiance. So when I was saying hello to Logan, I don't know if you guys saw Emmy during the creepiest, scariest part, came over here because she thinks my son is here. So now she's pouting at the end of the bed. And Howie's going, hey, Logan. Connie says,
this is the question I always have for this, because guys want to know something?
Leslie says,
even here, when I go upstairs to my bedroom, because my bedroom is the entire attic. It doesn't look like an attic or anything. It looks like it's a finished room, but it's upstairs and it's the whole thing. My bed is at the end of the attic. I always, I don't know why, and I have since I was a child, I always look under the bed. I always have looked.
Okay, I got pinched my first paranormal experience. I told you guys that when I was about 4 years old. And I reminded Carrie Lynn on Sunday that if we had the time, or was Saturday late, that we were supposed to go see my old house that's still standing here. But when I remember my first experience, and I was about 4 years old, and then it was a storm. I've told this story so many times, right? And it sounded like a tree tapping on the window. But when I looked up under from my covers, it looked like a claw. So I was under my covers going, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. And I still remember, and I'm 59. So that was what? Oh my God, that sounds ancient. 55 years ago. And I remember something grabbing me and pinching my rear end. Oh my God. I thought I almost had a heart attack. And there was no way I was jumping out of that bed. My mother probably would have tanned my rear end for getting out of bed at whatever time it was.
So I will tell you though, for all you people who do look under the beds and look in the showers and look in the closets, my question always is, what's your plan? Because I've asked myself that. If I did look under the bed and something's there, I literally don't have a plan. I'm just like,
yeah, okay. So when Heidi says, I finally made it, literally took me 15 minutes to find and get in. Weird. That's so weird, Heidi, because you know what? Just so you remember, just save either Dave or I's YouTube. It's the easiest, or even our Facebooks, and you can find us. Okay, Logan, you, I think, are talking about our old home, because Logan says, I drove by it the other day without even thinking about it. It still has the vibes. The evil vibe. So our old home. I don't even think I've ever taken you down by my old home. It was on Archibald Street, Logan, down in the south side of the city. And then he goes, yeah, the house. Yeah, I knew you were he's talking about our previous home where we had the horrible paranormal experience. And Leslie's going, David, rolling on the floor laughing, and everybody's going, run, haha, and figure it out later. Yeah, but I was a little kid, like I was 4 years old when I've told this story. So it would have been 1969. My parents bought this house, and I remember my parents were renovating, and my mom was steaming the wallpaper off the to get down to the plaster. And I remember this 37 layers of wallpaper to get to the plaster. That's how old that house it was. It's still standing.
Oh my God. Heidi says her sister waited under her bed until she fell asleep and scared her. I would have slapped my sister so hard, your grandma would have felt it. I mean, I would have slapped her.
Had boys, okay, when I was 8, and I used to be a big tomboy and I always look older than my age because nobody could believe how tall I am. So I told Carrie Lynn I'm tall. Like before I hurt my back, I was almost 5'10". On a good day, I'm almost 5'9" or about 5'8". But one of my friends who does spiritual work says that she was working on something about a year ago, and I'm surprised she just told me this story the other day. And she said she noticed someone beside her, and when she looked up and saw, she said it was me, not in physical form, but in spirit form, if you will. I wasn't dead, but they're, I guess, assisting her, my higher self kind of thing. And she said the first thing she said was, "Oh my God, are you tall?" Because I am tall compared to this friend in particular. You know who it is.
That's funny. My first house that I grew up in from kindergarten, well, from being born till I was 13 years old, that house, my gosh, I wonder, I looked it up, my house on Google Maps, and the colors changed. The weird thing was, I think that I told you about my invisible friends. I had 2 kids that I played with, and I have a memory of playing with them as a house at the end. And his parents were never home, but the girl who lived across the street, I'd go by her house, and then we walk over to his house. We'd all play up in the attic up there. It was this huge attic. And I remember he went one time, it's a fond memory. He went downstairs and he wanted to have lunch and his parents weren't home yet. So he went in and he grabbed corned beef hash, and he made corned beef hash on the stove. We were 3 kids sitting around this table. And come to find out later on in years, I'm like, where did that house go that was there? And everybody says that there was never a house there.
Oh, I remember you telling me
I'm like, yes, there was.
I
Yeah,
know.
and I still remember those kids, what they look like and everything. And everybody said there's no kids there. And I asked my parents, I'm like, do you remember my friends up the road, that little poor girl and all that? They're like, no. What are you talking about? Yeah, and it's like,
well, what happened to me in our old house? This wasn't the one on Archibald. It was a house built from the ground up. And the first year we moved in, it was from about spring until the snow fell again. Every night at 3 a.m., I would wake up completely unable to breathe. And I got diagnosed with asthma. I'm a nurse. I know it wasn't asthma. I literally could not take a breath in and I could not take a breath out. I was terrified to sleep. So Logan is adding so you got somebody else here to validate. He doesn't usually come to and pop into my any of my shows because he's super busy, but he can validate because he was a small child in my previous home. He goes, oh, trust me, if I told you any of what I saw as a kid on the show, I can hear everyone guessing what we had going on before in our previous home. They know, Logan, we've talked about it many times, many times. Kassoon says, I don't think I had a single paranormal experience in my life. Well, I had a window in the living room bang on a regular basis at night, but I don't know what was that. Well, hard to say if you didn't go debunk it.
Well, I think we have paranormal experiences when either it's something that's supposed to happen or that we are just open to it. I mean, it's something that's in our minds at some point, something.
I started to tell you guys, I just realized this, and you were absolutely right, David. Absolutely. But what I was going to say, and I've tried it 3 times and I keep forgetting to tell you, in our next home that was built from the ground up, I had boys, and my window was pretty high up. It was about 10 feet, maybe 8 feet. I had a bunch of boys looking in my bedroom window one night. It was about 9 o'clock at night, and I was only about, I thought maybe 8, maybe 10 or 11. Oh my gosh, I am still terrified to look out a window with people talking about siblings scaring them under the bed but you are right, David, very right, that some people don't have paranormal experiences. They just don't.
It's not built in, or they just don't. Yeah, and that's okay because I tell people I don't have normal experiences, so that's okay.
So Heidi Heidi says I was 5. She was 7 in West Chicago. I did probably slap her. We were terrors in that town. Good memories, though.
You want to hear something? Me and my mom is she's a very funny person. And growing up, like when there's this one house we lived in, it was after later on, I had just turned 18 and I still lived with them. And I was bartending. Yeah, back then you could bartend when you're 18. Now it's back in the Stone Age. But I would go out at night and I'd come back usually about 2:30, 3 o'clock. And my mom was up and she would be around the corner and she'd go, boo. We always scared each other all the time we did that. But that incidentally turned out being the house where I started seeing the apparitions. So, I mean, I actually started, it took that long up until 18 where I actually really started seeing them for a while. I have to say, I didn't care for that. It sounds like it's fun and everything, but when you saw the first one, and not just the noises and stuff behind it, but it was actually standing there and saying your name, it's like you don't want to go around another corner again. And my mom, when that happened too, the night that one happened, me and my mom stopped scaring each other.
We
were both afraid to scare each other. I'm like, I didn't even want to walk around the corner anymore. But nothing will hurt me.
Maybe that's why I don't like jump scares. I had a brother that was a holy terror. He terrorized the hell out of me. And I still to this day don't like jump scares. Now, this girl I'm going to show is a debunker on TikTok. So I thought, oh, this is an interesting video that she shared. Do you want me to show this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you send me you sent me something though too, Dave, didn't you?
Yeah, if we I don't know too much on it.
Well, that's what we do. We try it out, and if it's not what we want, then we just go on to something different. Okay, so this, I'll try and make it bigger as it plays. Hang on. Okay, so
I'm about to show you is probably some of the most shocking footage I've ever seen of paranormal existence.
Yeah, big.
I've been a believer my whole life and been interested in the paranormal for years. Whether or not you're a skeptic or a believer, this footage truly will hit home. Wait for the end, because the end is what gave me the most chills. At the end of the footage, you can see a shadow type figure peeking around. Let me know what you guys think in the comments after watching the footage.
She doesn't speak English, this girl. And there's numerous videos of this in her apartment. I remember this. I think she's got. He lives alone too, which makes it worse. Is she English? It's hard to see. Did you guys see what that was?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to show you.
Did you guys see what that was?
Yeah, I saw it. That would have scared me.
The reason why it was creepy, and I have seen it before, like I said, this girl's a debunker. And the other thing is, I've seen, there's been a few videos, because I don't know if she has it on TikTok or YouTube. And then she just suddenly disappeared because I think she moved. But she had some creepy stuff happen in that place. It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
There is one video that I downloaded that looks so real, and it's not, because the guy that created this, and I think it makes a good point that
I agree with you, Howie, but it could have just been, depending on when she posted it, is if they only had 2 or 3 minutes.
You want to read that question for?
Yeah. Howie said, may I ask why go all the way through, then cut it off right then? I look at stuff like that too. I did notice, and I'm not sticking up for it because I don't know, but it's a creepy video.
That's not her channel, though. I think somebody took a clip of the video.
But yeah, it seems though that.
But it's a good question.
You only have so much time sometimes on social media, and they might have just showed the highlighted part. I don't know. I always give people a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, but I understand what you mean. There's a lot of variables in those videos.
I'm looking for this video. Now, this video looks very real, and I still see people showing it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, trying to say that this is real. I got to find it. Hang on. I'm going up a little bit because I got quite a bit of stuff here. Anyways, they kept, anyways, I've seen this video numerous times. I might have to put my glasses on. Hang on. Is this it? No, that's not it. Okay. Hang on. I will find it, guys, because I think it's a good one for us to talk about, because we're often telling people how you have to debunk stuff, not jump into that. Sorry?
I know a lot of people say stuff like they're saying in the comments, a shadow being. It all depends, though. I mean, that's a good guess if we wanted to say that, but all I saw was it looked like something solid looked around the corner.
It looked like a person. It did look like
that's what I said. It looks solid. A shadow being, for the most part, depending is, I don't know. I don't know if everybody's shadow being.
I think it was a shadow being. And again, not everything is evil. Right?
Exactly. And shadow doesn't mean evil. Shadow just means its absence of light.
Mm-hmm. So Connie says, if I was seeing something creepy, the last thing I would do is take a video, and I would get the heck out of there. Well, I took lots of video and lots of mainly pictures because I knew people weren't going to believe me in my previous home. And she lives alone. Maybe she didn't, if I remember correctly, I don't know. She thought at first it was an intruder, and then she started having weird stuff. Like, that wasn't the only video. And I think where I may have seen the longer versions might have been a couple of years ago on Nuke's Top 5. So, okay, so where we're going to go with this video, and this is where I was trying to say, Dave and I often tell you guys how important it is to debunk things. I know Howie has, lots of people have. The reason why is because this looks so believable. And this was a story that went on for months. I know it was on Nuke's, top 5 even.
Yeah.
This guy is a special effects videographer over in Spain, I believe. And he admitted this is all fake. Like, you can't see any cuts in the video or anything, but I thought it was important to show it. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah. No, because that's true. Everybody, when they see one video, right away, it's truth to them. It's like, no, you have to investigate. That's why it's called paranormal investigations.
Well, people always show part of this was a long-standing story, and I didn't know in the beginning either. I thought that this was real too, but with deep fakes and AI, now he's going to say Amy, it's his niece, but in Amy, the other clip that I've seen so many times, and people haven't done the research, they just go, true paranormal activity caught on camera, and the little girl is sleeping there like she's asleep. And behind her, there's like a TV cabinet with a door that opens, and these hands come out to play with her hair, and there's giggling, and he rushes right towards her. There's no cuts, and he films into the cupboard, and there's nothing there. And wait till you see how good this is. But this is fake, guys. Hang on. Let's see if I can.
Amy. Amy.
Oh, it didn't show. Sorry, guys. This isn't the full one. I apologize. I thought it was. But that series, you guys will see that. It's a little girl named Amy. And what happens in that, and I apologize, I was in a hurry, but the clip goes further, and as he pans towards the door, she disappears, and he can't find her anywhere. And then there's another one. It's a little girl jumping on her bed, and it's got a blanket, and you can see human feet and everything. And all of a sudden he pulls the blanket off, and there's nothing there. Like, there are so many things to this story. I forget what his name is, but people do this.
There is a video, and I'm going to find it for next week or for Halloween, because there is one video that I watched years ago, and it's still, when I see it or come across it, it literally sends something through my body for some reason. And it's about a guy who he heard something in a room. He's filming it, and this is a while back. This was before all of the AI, that we knew of. But he's filming, and he hears something behind this door, okay? And so he opens the door, and he looks in it, and there's nothing in there. And he shuts it again, and he hears that it was a giggle or a laugh. He opens it again, and it's dark in there, and as you look, you see something start to walk out from the dark, and then he slams the door again, and it's gone. But I think it hits me so hard because it was a little kid is what what they were saying it was. Who knows? But yeah. My first apparition I saw was also a little kid, and it startled me as well. And I think sometimes when I see that one, I'm like, I wonder if this guy is totally on the up and up, because when I see it, I'm like, oh my God, that's the one that makes me go, oh, I'll find it.
If you look at this series and you just say little girl Amy haunting and ghosts, you'll find it, because I noticed it mostly on TikToks, and people don't do their homework. Like that one, that didn't really show you anything, and I shouldn't have been so quick to share it, but I knew what it was, so I figured it was a full clip. I want to say hi to Dr. Fred Woodard. It's Woodard Hypnosis on Instagram. We have, it looks like Paris Brunchian, almost, I hope I said that right, and Arlington 67. So if this happens to cut off by any chance, or you're watching and you want to join the conversation with everybody in the same place, please head over to a couple places on YouTube. You can head to David's channel, which is the Spirit Experience. My channel is the Angel Rock with Lorilei Potvin, or you can head over to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio on YouTube, and that way we'll be able to see all your comments.
Okay, remember, did you tell people to stay tuned for Michelle after our show and everybody?
I did earlier.
Oh, you did? I didn't even hear you do the halfway marks.
Oh no, our station ID. Oh, you can't. I can't believe this just did this. It switched over. Hopefully this is going to work, you guys. I can't get this stupid. There we go. Finally went back. Yes, you guys, I should have done the station ID. So if you're just tuning in, you are listening live to 105.3 out of FM out of Mississippi and 107.7 out of the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana, FM, to UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network. And this is The Thing at the Foot of the Bed live with myself, Lorilei Potvin, and my amazing co-host and good friend, David Hanzel. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so this is the one you sent me. Okay, this is...
Yeah, let's see if this one works.
Okay, I gotta unmute it because that's the only thing I hate about playing full YouTube videos is they always end up with their stupid commercials.
Just skip past the intro part.
Another day, another fun, creepy topic. Though today we're going to switch it up from our normal style to look at some supernatural entities. Here are the top 10 creepy ghost photos. But before we get started, why not become an archivist today by clicking that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you end up enjoying this video, let us know by giving it a thumbs up.
Yes, we know.
And in the comment section, tell us if you've ever had an encounter with a ghost.
That's
Number
right.
10, Monet. This is a Cleveland Museum of Art photo by an employee who claimed it was taken to show the finishing touches of an exhibit featuring paintings both by Monet and Matisse. The man standing above the exhibit looks just like Monet in the photo, and the museum has a reputation for being haunted, according to employees. People are often seen there at night that just don't come out once daylight hits. Could it be that Monet wanted this exhibit to look the way he would have wanted and came forward in this already haunted museum to make sure of it? Or maybe just a coincidence? Number 9, the ghost of Lord Combermere. Sybil Corbett's 1891 photo has a very interesting story. Apparently, the camera was set up for an hour-long exposure, which in and of itself would be suspicious. Any long exposure is bound to show some weird, shadowy figures. The thing about this photo that doesn't quite match is that the person seen in the photo was 4 miles away at his own funeral. Lord Combermere had died days earlier, but found the time during his funeral to stop by and have one last sit in his favorite chair. Number 8.
Okay, so I've seen that in a couple different things. This is a good one.
Yeah, I saw that one before too. That one's a very interesting. You guys look up that ghost. The what was it? The ghost. There's more to that picture too, because like I said, like they said, he was at his own funeral and he showed up in that picture.
We've talked about this. So Kassoon also said, I think the most interesting paranormal thing is black-eyed children. I guess no one has even a guess about what that is. Oh, but a lot of people have a lot of guesses. We've talked about it lots on here before. And then we've never really talked about white-eyed children, which are much more.
What was that movie? Was it Children of the Damned?
No, I never watched it.
There's a town where everybody passes out. What happened? There was something happened in the town. Everybody went down. Animals, everybody went down. And a little while later, they all rose back up. They weren't zombies. They were fine. It was like missing time. But all the women were pregnant. And then they all had these children that had blonde hair and black eyes, or blonde hair and blue eyes, or something like that. And they'd like terrorize the town. So I'm wondering if that is anything based off the black-eyed children.
No, I don't know. But black-eyed children, what it is they show up at your house or to your vehicle or wherever. They're usually very young, almost at tween age or younger. And there's usually 2 or 3. They speak very monotonously. They're usually pretty raggedly dressed, and they keep asking you over and over and over, please let us in. Can we use your phone? Our mom's supposed to pick us up and she's not showing up. And then people get the worst feeling of dread and terror around them. And then they get most insistent, like they can't come in unless you invite them in. And it is the weirdest thing. And some people have thought are they human alien hybrids. Some people have thought vampire, though they've never bit anybody, but because they have to be invited in. And then there's white-eyed children, which is even more rare. But few people that have let them in, that have been around, I guess, to tell the tale, they get extremely sick, almost like radiation poisoning after they do let them in. So
Leslie asks, are ghosts curious about who would attend their funeral? I can tell you this, as a medium, I have a lot of people will use that as validation and describe their funeral.
Yeah, lots of people do.
Yeah. But then again too, I've had spirits I talk to that never ever bring up their funeral. So I guess it's a personal preference, but I'm going to go with I'm sure a lot of us would be curious.
A lot of people do. And I've also, being a medium as well, I've had spirit who doesn't quite cross over, delays it a little bit because they're very concerned about their family and they want to try and help and make sure that they're okay. So I've seen that before. They've also gone to their funeral. And interestingly enough, I actually had a video. If we don't show it this week, we could next week. And it asks, do the dying see ghosts? And it's a really intriguing video of an older lady who is palliative, and I imagine probably doesn't have much time left. And her adult son is with her, and she's asking him if he can see what she sees. And I think the son handled it so beautifully because he asked her to tell him all about it and what she was seeing and experiencing. Hi, Kevin.
Exactly.
About you, Sun Dragons.
I agree. If you guys ever get into that position and somebody's in the end of life and they tell you that, ask. I mean, really, because I am a strong believer that some people, especially hospice patients, not all, but a lot of them,
most of them,
I would go as far as to say most of them. They see their loved ones before they go, or they can see other things you can't. A lot of them will be smiling. They'll feel better all of a sudden. I mean, it is what it is.
No, having worked in palliative care and, a lot of people chose to die at home. So you'd be there and, you'd usually see the physical signs. So you knew that within the next 24 to 48 hours. And then I call it the gift. You will see other other registered nurses who work in palliative care. They have a different name for it, and it doesn't happen with everybody, but a lot of people, they may be comatose and just about ready to leave here and, as I call it, go back home in the next 12 to 24 hours. And it's almost like all of a sudden they wake up and they act completely like how they were before they were sick. And you get to have those conversations. And, sometimes it's a few minutes. Some people get 6 or 8 hours. But my whole point is that before people usually become comatose, if they are, palliative and terminal, a lot of them can see, they'll ask, can you see those angels or their spouse that's gone before them, or relatives or pets, or people do.
They sure do.
Oh
yeah, so, I guess so. I guess they would be. Some are curious, I guess. I don't know if I would be in my mind right now. Don't care. But that might change.
Well, Leslie said a nice way to have closure with their loved ones. That's why I call it the gift. I do remember one family I worked with, though, and I had this conversation with one of my own physicians who wasn't from this country at one time, not understanding why some people were reacting the way they were or what have you. And I think it's so important, especially when we're working with people, not just nurses, but anybody, to start to try to understand a bit about other people's culture. For example, this family was Italian and food was love in their family. And a lot of times with that type of nationality, but you don't want to give somebody that's going to pass liquids or food, obviously, because it would be very difficult, but even an IV, because the body can't process the liquid. But I remember with that same family, their loved one literally came out of a coma and was right back like how they were before they got ill for about 8 hours. And there's certain people that stay with you, and this family did, because they were so convinced that a miracle had happened, right? So it took some careful talking and negotiating and talking, and never telling them what to believe, because miracles can happen, but instead it really was a gift that they had 6 or 8 hours of regular conversation like they used to with their loved one. Oh, Howie says, have to head back in, have a customer. Okay, enjoy. Howie says, can we give a special congratulations to my niece, Nicole? Robert's daughter is getting married tomorrow. That's why he isn't here tonight.
Oh, congratulations, Nicole.
Much love, Howie. I hope she has a beautiful day tomorrow. And congratulations to Robert and you and your whole family. And that's such a nice thing. Everybody's saying congratulations in the chat. So I do have that video, but I figured if we didn't show it tonight, we could show it another time. But it was an interesting conversation, what she was seeing. And if you guys remind me next week, even we can show it, because this is pretty cool what David shared with us with all these pictures. So let's go to number 8, Dave.
All right, number 8.
Church photographs. If there's one place to get a pretty surefire ghost photograph, it's an old church. This photo was taken by Reverend K.F. Lord in 1963 in the Newby Church in North Yorkshire, England. Those who saw it were highly skeptical of it actually being a ghost photograph and thought it was probably just a double exposure. Regardless, Reverend Lord always stated that the picture was real. What do you think? Number 7, the whole crew.
Cool.
This 1919 photo depicts Sir Victor Goddard's Royal Air Force Squadron and what seems to be the face of a mechanic who died a few days earlier. Ironically, this image was taken on the day of his funeral. Imagine their surprise when in the photo, behind another soldier, the face of the mechanic was seen in their group photo. Is this photo doctored or a simple explanation of lens glare?
Did you say something, Dave?
No, I was going to say, do you see its face there? That photo is actually kind of out there as like one of the famous ones.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
I love when they go back and investigate photos from way, way back then, because it's a lot harder to get, images in there.
Well, somebody had messaged me and asked me something, and I had sent them, for anybody that doesn't know about the Skoll experiments, that's quite an interesting documentary. The afterlife in the UK. But what I was going to say is I found a free version on YouTube, which I believe is the full documentary. So if you guys like, hi, Jennifer M. I will share the link to the full documentary if anybody wants to watch that.
I think you can watch it. I'm not sure. Would I watch it on... I think you might be able to get it on Prime, but I don't know if it's the actual, you know what I mean? Because I think there might be ones you want to get the original.
I think this is the full one. If it's not, let me know. I'm probably going to rewatch it. It's been years since I've watched it.
It's such a good, cool thing.
So cool. Here we'll finish playing.
Or might this be some proof of the existence of ghosts? What are your thoughts? Number 6, in plain sight. Will it take you as long as it took me to see the terrifying factor of this photograph? Or did you see it right away? This photo appears to be of kids having a great time, relaxing outside. Maybe the person who was taking the photo was just inside or on a covered deck, finding some shade under a tree, and that's why there's a little shadow. Wait, is that a shadow or a face? It looks like a face to me. And the worst part of that face? The girls in the photo all claim they don't know the girl in the photo, and the lighting difference makes us believe she wasn't really there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. Let's go back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, they blew it up a little bit, so let's go back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play it a little bit, and then I muted it, sorry, to get rid of the commercial.
We don't know the girl in the photo, and the lighting difference makes us believe she wasn't really there. What do you think?
Oh,
Who is this
now.
little girl?
Oh, now I see her face.
Yeah,
now I see it.
Does everybody see it now? Because I could just see the shadow, but you can definitely see. I thought maybe he was talking about the little girl in red. And Kevin says,
yeah, no, yeah, it was the actual shadow. Now I see the cheeks on her and everything.
So he said it's in the black.
Yeah, it's in the black. Yeah.
Wait, I was trying to get to Leslie. Leslie said, I could see how his image might be added as a memorial. Love the idea of him attending. That was the picture before. So everybody says they can see the face. Okay, let's carry on. Hang on.
I don't know if they had the technology to add a
Number
face like
5,
that.
true or false?
Not in the 60s.
In 1939, Life magazine featured this story of a big and little dog friendship in which the smaller terrier died first. The big dog had a hard time overcoming the grief, but it seems the little pup found a way to be with him in spirit and literally. In the top right photo, a little pup head can be seen, which was not there when it was actually taken. What are your thoughts? Number 4, traumatizing or closure.
It's adorable.
Most frightening ghost sightings involve ghosts that we don't even know. Not this one. This woman received a notification from her security camera detecting some movement in her house. When she looked, she found her deceased son in the kitchen, as if no time had passed. She recognized him immediately, but the timing was all off. She was in the house as it happened, so she ran to the kitchen and found it empty. The woman felt closure, feeling like he's okay wherever he is now. What do you think of her story?
See,
Number 3, Abe Lincoln himself.
Somebody derives to that conclusion.
What's that?
I love that kind of ending where instead of the woman, somebody made it scary. She saw that ghost and said it gave her closure. I'm like, good for you.
Yeah, that was a beautiful picture. Okay, this one's about Abe Lincoln.
Hobby photographer William Mumler captured this photograph of Mary Todd Lincoln after the passing of her husband. You might know him, Abe. I know him as Bra. President Lincoln seems to appear in this photo with his hands on her shoulders solemnly. The spiritualist community had mixed feelings about it, but never really found a way to debunk his portraits of ghosts. What do you think the case is? Number 2, mirrors. Mirrors in photos and videos are always mind-bending. You always get the feeling that something is going to happen in that mirror that won't be happening in real life. Well, if that's something you worry about as well, welcome to your worst nightmare come true. This woman is carrying a birthday cake to her children, all sitting together. Over her kids is a mirror, and behind her in the mirror is another child who appears to be looking at himself. He almost seems to be wanting to join the party as well. Judging.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm still going to go, Dave, but I wanted to add, that kid did not look like he wanted to be at the party. Maybe scared the heck out of us at the party.
No, he looked like somebody just dragged him up from the lake. I mean, he didn't look that great.
No! Oh my gosh, he was creepy. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that guy needs to put his glasses on because that's not
either that or, we could just be perceiving it as creepy and the ghost's probably over there going, you don't look so hot, and so maybe.
Well, the other thing that I was thinking too, back in the day, right? People photographed even their dead kids in pictures, like pose them.
Oh, yeah.
Like weekend.
Oh, yeah, they used to stand them up with the family.
Bernie's, or they didn't smile in pictures. Remember, like back
that
in the
was
day.
that was in the Victorian era, which is coincidentally, which we discussed, was also the same area as the Wild Wild West, which is so odd. But yeah, you're right. There's a whole channel that has those pictures.
Oh, but he looks like he's from there, don't you think?
I think so too. He looked a little ragged for a ghost.
Yeah. So maybe he really was kind of happy beneath his facade. I don't know. We got a couple more. Hang on. We'll play those.
From his appearance, he might be decades too late. Number 1, ghost child finds new family.
Oh, Casper's there.
A car selfie has never been this frightening until now.
Oh, I saw
This 13-year-old girl is on her way to a beauty pageant. She looks happy and healthy, just taking a photo to remember a good hair day and a fun day out. Unfortunately, the ghost child in her back seat had other plans. Despite her hair being in the way, you can see a child's head, his hair, even his lips.
I wouldn't say
that. Do you think this is rooted in reality? Or is the real explanation much more sinister? Thanks for watching. Very brief.
I agree with you, Lorilei, on that one. I mean, that one, the other ones were pretty good. That last picture, I could almost, like you said, I don't know. That one, I could strike that one up to pareidolia, actually, as I'm looking at it. But
no, I could still see it being a spirit. I just didn't.
But I don't think it's a child. Yeah, I don't think it's a child either.
I wish I had thought about this. It's probably in my old phone. It was one of the coolest posts I'd seen, and it was in a near-death experience group or something. And it's a picture of a mom swimming with her 3-year-old son in the family above-ground pool, and the little guy's got his floaties on. And in behind him is almost a carbon copy of another little boy, but almost see-through. And I guess she didn't see anything. The little boy didn't see anything, but afterwards they did. And her son didn't know this. Obviously, she would have. She was pregnant with twins, and she lost one of the twins. So they are positive the other twin was there playing in the pool with them that day. I thought that was so cool.
Oh, do you know what? I have to say, I've only had very few, actually, over the hundreds that I've done readings for somebody who lost a twin, and I talked to their twin, or a child who didn't make it, didn't come in with that. And they're very happy. Like I said, that's a good thing for the pool. You know, I think that's really sweet.
Oh, Nicole's sharing my family take the dead family pics. Interesting. Is there
like in the coffin, you mean? Or
yes, I was going to ask just what you did, or how, or do they take them like back in the Victorian day, Nicole? And if so, if you're comfortable sharing, is it just because it's tradition, or is it a belief, or
I think are you yes to the coffin thing?
So in the coffin, okay. So
German ancestors.
German ancestors. Okay.
Yeah.
Kassoon, oh sorry, it keeps going. Kassoon says the original mirror where Lewis Carroll used to hang out when he wrote Alice Through the Looking Glass is claimed to be haunted. And even today, people claim to see Alice like little girl figures in the mirror. That's interesting.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Interesting. Is there? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just reading that. Yes, in the coffin, she said. Okay.
So that's a German tradition, I'm guessing, Nicole, from what you shared.
Back, yeah, I'm German. Yeah, I'm German, and we have my I don't know my great-great-grandparents, so I never saw the pictures, but it was like the creepy thing we were talking about where they took pictures with the dead people. They also did it in Germany. I guess a long time ago. Don't quote me on that though, but I'm thinking that it's in there, but they did always take the coffin pictures. Yes.
So, Diane, I guess you're referring to what Kassoon was talking about, where the mirror is for Lewis Carroll. And she's saying that's a creepy building. You know what? I've never read Alice in Wonderland. I'm familiar with the movies and what have you. I'm thinking of somebody else, maybe Lewis Carroll. I'm thinking of C.S. Lewis, who wrote the Chronicles of Narnia. That is an interesting thing to read, the whole Chronicles, I'll tell you. Wow.
I've never read the whole Chronicles, and I wish I would have. I might listen to them one day on tape.
You know why? Because they did The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. and as a movie, and I think that was well done, but they left so much out. And then they did Prince Caspian, and I was always shocked why they did Prince Caspian, because there were so many other good stories in.
I did go see that one though, and I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they
it
did
was good, but it wasn't as good as some of the other ones. And it was just a really, I actually saw C.S. Lewis put a lot of things akin to the Bible in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and some of the other ones. So it was pretty interesting.
Sometimes I don't read the books because I don't want to ruin the movies.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding.
So Leslie's agreeing. She said that series, meaning The Lion, the Witch, or sorry, the Chronicles of Narnia, that series is full of metaphors.
Life in general is one big old metaphor. When you work in mediumship, and I think that Lorilei and why your Julie Jean will tell you the same thing. So much stuff we get sometimes is so metaphorical or symbolism or symbols all the time. I think the entire world is like that, but I like how they use it.
Carrie Lynn and I were at for a merchandise. It was the furthest away from the conference with a few other people. Mm-hmm. And at first, Carrie Lynn was like, she said the room was spinning for her, and what I just got a really bad headache. Yeah. No, but I'm telling everybody out here, and a lot of pain. And then I ended up coming back into the room. I went outside, and all of a sudden it felt like you were drunk. I know I told Dave all about this. Yeah. You felt like you were drunk. And then I wasn't. I didn't have any alcohol or anything. I don't drink. But the thing is, and it lasted forever. And none of us talked to each other. There were some other people in there that were very intuitive as well. And we were all picking up on this man. And I'm thinking, I wonder how strong that person's energy was, because he wasn't good for all of us to be affected physically like that. Because I don't usually get affected that much physically by somebody's energy that was hanging out.
That's weird that happens.
Yeah. Sorry, Leslie's asking, was it due to your empathic abilities? Absolutely 100%, absolutely. But they don't usually affect me like that. Like, it was real, that had to be somebody pretty powerful with some maybe not so nice in real life, and when they they obviously were earthbound, but for whatever reason, but they certainly weren't pleasant in the afterlife. That's for sure. And we all got a man, which was so weird. So it was crazy.
That is weird.
And you do get metaphors all the time. We are almost out of time again. This is the fastest 2 hours of my week. I swear. I was looking up some info, and I'm like, I just noticed that too. I was like, holy cow. Well, hey, you guys, I want to reiterate, those who watched or anything that we played tonight, it will be in our group, The Thing at the Foot of the Bed with Lorilei Potvin and David Hanzel on Facebook. Please go ahead. We encourage you to join that group. Also, maybe at some point we'll be able to actually play the show from within that group too. If you're, I know, I was thinking about that today, and then I thought, no, I'm not feeling 100%. But Dave and I are going to try and play with it.
Yeah, we'll see if we can even we can do we'll be live in there as well. And then also we'll be doing readings for you guys too as well. If you would like to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I am at Medium David Hanzel. No numbers, no slashes, no anything like that, just those. And also on YouTube and Facebook, my groups are The Spirit Experience, and you can watch this there on my YouTube channel, or you can join my group. It's just got a bunch of wonderful spiritual people in it. If you'd like to get a hold of me, the only way you can book a reading with me is through my website, theywhispertome.com. Remember that I or Lorilei will never, ever, ever, never will we private message you to solicit readings. We don't do that. Go ahead, Lorilei.
All right, everybody. If you enjoyed what you saw tonight here with us, please stay tuned for the second night of The Outer Realm with the amazing Michelle DeRoche, who is also our station manager, and her co-host, Amelia Pisano. Also, don't forget, because Michelle asked me today, and I believe Carrie Lynn is driving back home. It was a long drive from Thunder Bay here, and she stayed with her family, I think, in the Sioux for a couple days. So, but I believe she will be back for her show tomorrow night. So hopefully she'll be able to join us too, and the three of us can hang out. That's October 23rd at 9 p.m. Wednesday. That's the first night of the Outer Realm. Thursdays is the second night. If you ever want to get a hold of me, you can get to book a reading. I do energy healing. I do crystal Reiki. I do teaching and mentoring. Who knows? Akashic Records. Who knows? Maybe I should start practicing with animal readings too. That's how you get better. You just got to practice. You can get a hold of me on facebook.com/Angel Rock right now. Once I get the course all together in the new year, I will be launching it under a domain name and probably I sold quite a few resin pieces over the weekend. So it's time. I've got so many hanging out here. So I'll try and put it all under one umbrella. I also have two groups on Facebook, Paranormal University for all things paranormal and the Angel Rocker Tribe for all things spiritual. And that's what I was going to say to Dave as I started talking. I said, one of these days, we're going to try and get this streaming to TikTok, I think, and pull in that crowd from over there. So I will be back on Monday with the Angel Rock with Jess Curzon. Like I said, I haven't talked to her, so I don't know if we're going to pre-record. I have a feeling we will, because it's a bit late for her being over in the UK to do it live, but it will be a brand new show, I promise you. And if she can hang out live with us, that would be awesome. But either way, that'll be on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, we are hanging out with all of you Halloween night. So if you guys got ideas, what you want to do, let us know. Okay. Stay spooky, right, Dave?
Stay spooky, you guys. And let's try it. 1, 2, 3. What's at the foot of your bed?
Did we do? I think we did it.
I don't know.
I think
it sounded way off.
See, I'm on a delay. I know I'm on a delay. That's why it always sounds like I talk over Dave. It'll seem like there's a pause and I'll go to talk.
Yeah, we do it. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. You guys have a real spooky evening, and we will see you next week.
We love ya. We'll see you here next week too. Okay, everybody. Love ya. See ya. Have a good weekend.